Right Side Trading, where you can learn how to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is May 28, 2016, and we'll be talking about the stock market review. But before we do so, I would like to direct your attention to our website, rightsidetrader.com. Please check it out. If you have any questions. Okay. But more importantly, I would like to direct your attention to this particular area of our website, which is our disclaimer, and that says that our products and services are provided solely for educational purposes. Our written verbal statements, including those provided on our website by our staff members, testimonial individuals, affiliates, and clients, are personal judgments and should be regarded as such. These written and verbal statements do not constitute investment advice, so please, before you make any trading or financial investment decisions, please make sure you seek the advice of a licensed, professional, competent financial advisors. We are not licensed financial advisors. The government does want us to let you know that. So by all means, please make sure you do seek out the advice of professional, licensed financial advisors before you make any trading or investment decisions. We are just simply people who look at charts and give you our opinions as to like what we see. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, let me go straight to the market, and I want to bring your attention to the SPX. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. And basically, we are looking at the S&P 500, and what I want to do is let's do this. Let's bring this right here. Okay, so this is what we were looking at as of last week when I was telling everybody, and even on the videos that we recorded, that the market was in consolidation mode, okay? And so we were looking at somewhere around here, okay, as our support line, meaning that this is as low as it goes. And we also made actually two lines, and the reason why was because we wanted to see, we noticed that the market bounced over here and bounced back up around this area right here, but at the same time, it's also gone as low as this area right here. So just realizing that those two areas, any one of those two lines could act as support, okay? The cool thing about it was that last week Thursday, when the market had dipped down below the two lines, at the end of the day was what we were watching for to see whether or not the close would stay down there or not. And if you remember what I mentioned in the last week's video, I did mention that, the fact that it came and closed back above here was a strong indication that there's a possibility that the market would go up. Not only that, but this right here, this day was a candlestick signal in and of itself, okay, followed through the next day. So the question just became, when would we break out of this resistance line that we have right here? I'm going to extend that to the right. Okay, when will we be breaking out of that resistance line over here? We didn't know whether or not the market would actually break out to the upside or break out to the downside, but what we did know was if it does break out to the upside, we knew step number one was we knew that the market was consolidating. That was for sure. We could see that. Okay, and what we know about consolidation is that eventually it breaks out. Okay, now the only other thing was we saw two different patterns as far as the consolidation was concerned, which was that and this right here. Okay, so the question was whether we're dealing with a consolidation that was based off of the triangle that we see right here, which is called a triangle pattern, or were we dealing with a consolidation that was based off of a channel, a downward trending channel. We just had to wait and see which one the market was actually trying to hold on to. And I said, more than likely, I believe that we were dealing with a triangle than we were dealing with this channel, only because of the fact that the market kept on holding on this support line right here. Okay, these two support lines rather than this one going down. Okay, so of course, what ends up happening is a couple of days after that. So this is Monday. This red candle right here was Monday. And of course, I wasn't too excited, wasn't afraid, wasn't scared, wasn't bothered by what was going on, except for let's just see when the real action is going to take place, which is either above this line right here or below this line down here. Okay, and so on Tuesday evening, the market closed up there. at that point in time, I was like, great, it's time to start buying. And, that would have been the time for anybody to really start buying. And I thought that was very interesting because this was exactly what we were looking forward to. And now that we finally saw that, we knew exactly what to do. Now, it's funny. I'm going to bring up um, what came up on the news during that time. And if you look at this right here, it says, this was on Tuesday when the market rallied big. It says, what's driving the rally? This is what came out on the news itself. And then, there was even comments like this. Also, I mean, I just happened to see it on TV, and I just had to take a picture of it on my cell phone because I thought it was very interesting and funny that the talking heads on TV, the experts were all asking questions rather than realizing what was going on. I was like, and that's the funny thing. I think most people are always trying to figure out what is causing this market to do what it's doing. They want to know some kind of fundamental proof or some kind of fundamental reason as to why it's taking place. But we technical analysts, we just look at the charts, and we were anticipating this, waiting for this to happen. So when it happened, it wasn't a question of what is driving it. More so than it's like, hey, we know we've got what we want, what we were expecting, because we see the pattern, which is this triangle right here, and not necessarily questioning what's driving this market in a sense. And go back to this, it's kind of very funny, at least to me it is, that day they were all out there bringing on experts trying to figure out what's causing this market to rally. And it's like, who cares what's causing it to rally? The fact of the matter is the market is knowledge of technical analysis is so important as to when it pertains to the market, because things that cannot be explained you can see and then get the explanation later. Who cares about what the explanation is? All I know is like this train is leaving the station and it's time to jump on board or you're going to miss out on this train. And while people are still trying to figure out what's causing this rally to happen, they're missing out on tremendous gains or at least getting in at the sweet spot. And so, that's kind of like what we see right here. And then, like I said, the next thing was people were asking, is it time to give up the bear suit? And I thought that was funny as well because, I mean, we've been talking about this bear market being over. I think, I believe if I recall correctly, and you can go back on the videos that I had, but somewhere around here in March, I was saying that this bear market was already over, okay? Because what we saw that was telling us that this bear market was over was this right here, where I believe when the market was around here on this day right here, we said, look, this is his last chance to really come back down, because if it doesn't, then this bear market is pretty much over. Why is that? Because we saw that when this market dropped right here, the resistance line that it was dealing with was based on this trend line right here. And when he broke right through it as if there was nothing there, only to come back, retest it, and then go higher, I say, yes, this market is definitely over. And even if you took this line right here and connected these two tops right here, okay, what I'm doing is I'm connecting the highest high of this high and the highest high of that high. Even if you were to use that line right there, okay, once it broke through it, that was it. And so actually, I think this was the one. I apologize. It wasn't necessarily this one in March. I think it was this one right here, the end of March, that we looked at and said, okay, look, this is their last chance to really bring this market down, because if not, so somewhere around this area right here, if not, this market is going down. And when it broke above it, and below it, and it kept on going higher, that was it for us in saying that this bear market, at least to me, is already over until we see signs that says otherwise. And so where now the media is just now finally coming in, and they can't even say yes or no. It's more so a question mark. If you see this question mark right here, is it time to give up the bear market, the bear suit? And basically, it's like, is it time to say that this bear market is over and start looking at this as a bullish market? And even with that, it's still not a decisive yes. The bearish market is over, is now a bullish market. I guarantee you, somewhere down the road, they're going to start saying, hey, the bear market was over as far back as back in February. Now, I have to be honest, I didn't see this one back in February. I was skeptical at the time. I didn't believe it. But, about a month and a half later, I saw that, okay, this is signs of a bullish market. And you can see that from looking at technical analysis. So that being said, long story short, we got the breakout. We saw this as an opportunity to stop buying. Any bullish trades that you see out there, this would be the time that you want to get into it. So we were not surprised to see the market even jump higher on Tuesday. On Wednesday. And I know there was a lot of people that was questioning, oh, well, I need to see it break above this. And there's going to be people saying, I need to see it break above this resistance area right here. But, we saw this and said, look, this bull market is beginning again. And I think I remember, on Wednesday, these are the things that came out of stocks rally for second day. They had, stock registers largest two-day gains in 2 months. These are the kind of things that they were talking about on the news, when in fact we were already prepared for this bullish rally that we saw. Okay, and so the market ended on Friday even higher, and it was a good sign. Not only did it end higher, excuse me, I apologize about that, but the fact is, it's breaking out of this downtrend, so however you want to look at this, whether you wanted to look at this as a triangle, or if you wanted to look at this consolidation as a channel to the downside, the fact of the matter is, power. Okay, you can go to the Russell, and you'll see that the same thing happened. We were talking about or this wedge right here, but look at the Russell. Just literally, and I believe I was saying this. I think that Monday when I was doing another webinar somewhere else, I was mentioning the fact that the Russell already broke out of this. This is a good sign that this market was ready to go up. What about the NASDAQ? NASDAQ did the same thing too. All right, we were looking at the NASDAQ as this triangle right here. This is the triangle that we're looking at on the NASDAQ, okay, this consolidation area right here. But again, the NASDAQ broke out of that very, very powerfully, okay. And I have to go back to, some more screenshots that I took. At the end of Friday, this is what came out by Friday. Oh, Dow is having the best week in 10 years. The NASDAQ is up for, 4 straight days. And basically all they were doing is just reporting what was already obvious, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't need the media, I don't need the media to tell me that the NASDAQ is up for 4 days straight, because I can go to the chart itself and see that, hey, it's been up for the last 4 days. So that's not really helping me. Nor do I need the media to tell me that, the S&P is having the best week in 12 weeks. I can go back and see that it's doing that itself. So all that being said, it's like the media is not really all that it's cracked up to be, okay? And then now they're saying, oh, major averages in positive territory for May. You don't need the media to tell you that. That's stuff that you can figure out on your own. Or like this last one right here that I'm going to show you is that major averages on track for 3rd straight monthly gain, okay? And, this is something that we have to be aware of, that there's a potential that, that is going to keep on continuing like that. So are we completely clear of the bear market? There's still that very, small chance. Let's put it this way. Last year, August, when I was very, very bearish on the market, and I was like 90% bearish, 10% bullish, I will flip that around now where I'm 90% bullish and 10% bearish, okay? So you always got to leave room for the unexpected. But let's put it this way. I am not taking any bearish positions. There was a bearish position I was looking into taking on Monday, but after Tuesday morning, I was just like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm staying bullish for now until I need to. Stocks that got me stopped out, I jumped right back into it again because I saw them moving back up. So I'm adding to positions at this point in time, not taking away from positions, not cutting my losses. I'm letting my profits run at this point in time. And these are all kinds of things that we teach, like learning how to tell when to let your profits run rather than cutting your profits short and stuff like that. All right. But that's kind of like what we see in this market. So the question becomes, what happens next week? Honestly, we just leave it the way it is and see how high this can go. If we get some pullback next week, I'll be okay with that. Now, what I don't want to see is this pullback taking place to the point that we go right back into this triangle again, okay? Or if we're looking into the SPX, okay, what I don't want to see is a triangle, the market trading back into this channel or this triangle again. That would be very, very bad, okay? But I don't expect that to happen based on how powerful the breakout took place. If anything, be watching out for, you know, the market to like reach a new all-time highs over the next, you know, coming, you know, weeks and months, okay? So that's more of what I'm anticipating. And a lot of this is just because a lot of the charts that we've seen, the setups on a lot of stocks are just like bullish setups. Bullish setups that are breaking out to the upside. I've been talking about financials for like almost a month now as a sector that is breaking out, and I'm not surprised to see that. So we add into our financial stocks in that financial sector. You know, technology is beginning to show signs of like some movement. So, you know, all that kind of stuff, and even gold that we were looking at that was really, really powerful the last 2-3 months. Yes, they're not really rallying, but at the same time, they are not necessarily dropping as much either. So these are all things that are just, you know, I mean, they're dropping, but they're not dropping, you know, to the extent that, oh, man, we have a bear market coming back again. So these are all things that are just showing that, you know, this market is showing sign of, you know, its next phase of a rally. So we have a rally, it consolidated, based itself, and then now it's beginning its next rally. So it will seem something like, you know, you have a rally, it bases, and then it has the next rally. That's kind of like what we're looking at. So we're looking like we're down here in this vicinity right here. Let me use this oval. We're somewhere around here right now, okay, getting ready for this next push. View of the market. Again, you can go to our website at www.rightsideTrading.com. Check out our homepage. Check out some of our videos. Check out our blogs that we have out there that just talks about what we see in the market. But do yourself a favor. Contact us. Learn more about how to see this market so you can definitely take advantage of that. And that's pretty much it. You know, so we'll see how next week goes. But again, we're looking at this market to begin the next phase of its bullish rally. Until then, when we see each other next time, God willing, remember to trade on the right side with confidence.